Hi and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And wow, what a last 24 hours we've had in cryptocurrency. An awful lot to digest. Lots going on. We're digging into everything Ripple just because that's what everything is about today. But there's also, a project that was hacked that's now ceasing business. So I think we need to be kept up to date on all of this stuff around Celsius and much more. I'm also going to break down my thoughts and opinions on what we should be expecting in the crypto space. Lots of people, changing their narratives. Lots of people very, very bullish on crypto. And yeah, look, I am really bullish and, started to even change my views on the market recently. But what I would say is there's still an opportunity for a crash in the crypto market and stock market, and financial crisis is still a possibility, a real possibility. So I'm going to dig into my thoughts and opinions on the macro and what, basically could bring us down to new lower lows. I'm not suggesting by any stretch of the imagination that this is something that is very likely to happen now. But what I would say is we have been very accurate in all of our predictions, on Cheeky Crypto for the last year or so. So look, we've been calling all of the most recent bottoms, and now I kind of want to give my thoughts and opinions on, how we do see a new lower low, if it's even going to happen. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below on, whether we're going to see new lower lows, and if so, what do you think we're going to go down to? Or do you think we're at the start of a bull run? I'm really interested to canvass people's views and opinions, so do let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right. Let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this one, and this is Multichain. And this is one that's really unfortunate, right? So crypto bridging protocol Multichain ceases operations after the CEO sister drained in China. So Multichain said that it had been forced to take this action due to a lack of alternative sources of information and corresponding operational funds, right? So basically, they haven't really had a choice but to close it down. This is because obviously there was a hack, and these hacks are really bad and can destroy companies, legit companies. And what I would say, and I've been quite vocal on this, there is no need for these hacks to take place and lead to companies closing down or people losing all their money. There are protocols like Lossless and various others in the cybersecurity space that can really support with this sort of stuff. So I need to be, I guess, forgiven for, how direct I am when it comes to these scams. I have said that any scams like this that happen in the future, I have very little sympathy for. I really do think that there needs to be some sort of level of, consequence for companies or managers, owners, founders, leaders is probably the best way to describe what I'm trying to put across and convey to you. If they fail their investors, I think that you could, put it down as negligence. I think that, it's negligent to basically have a hack where people lose their money, like when you've got cybersecurity protocols in place to support with that, and they only charge once they've regained all your tokens and crypto back. So for me, these projects and leaders need to learn from the mistakes that other projects have made. There is really no need for this stuff to happen. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'm hoping that people, perhaps in the crypto space will be listening to what I'm saying here and perhaps agreeing with me and looking at, historical events and looking how they can make sure that shit don't happen to them, and also partnering up with some of the cybersecurity crypto projects in the space. They are here to support and stop this sort of stuff from happening. So I think people need to get on it in the crypto space. Just my thoughts and opinions. Eager to get your thoughts and opinions, so do let me know. We got Celsius feels the heat, ex-CEO arrested, and it looks like he's being sued by the SEC. I've seen some announcements from them as well. If you want more information on this, check out our Twitter page. I've got a nice little picture of the ex-CEO of Celsius, Alex Mashinsky, in his red jumpsuit. And I think it's a really cool picture, actually. And what I would say is there needs to be the likes of Gary Gensler, again, for negligence, I think should be doing some prison time. He's completely failed investors. Failed against all 4 of the SEC's mission statements. I think losing your job is not punishment enough. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. I have hashtagged unprison yourself in my my little picture of Mashinsky. So yeah, go check that out on Twitter. Other things on Twitter that I think is really interesting. XRP gets an awful lot of hate, right? And we've got Pomp here. Good morning to everyone except the people that thought they could sell unregistered securities and get away with it. This was 22nd of December 2020, just after the lawsuit was announced, against Ripple from the SEC. And, look, why do I bring stuff like this up? I think the point that I really, and I probably do this, like I poorly articulate it, is some of these people are really prominent. They're even on bloody news channels, for crying out loud. And, I'm going to just put it out there. I think a lot of these people, they've got great, views, opinions, and, they can articulate things in such a way that galvanizes people to follow them. But, they're wrong an awful lot of the time. We saw BitBoy, he did a big U-turn on what he was saying back in December 2020. If memory serves me right, and I've got a really good memory, BitBoy basically used an analogy that it was like taking on your parents, and Ripple were never going to win. There's zero chance. Nick and myself, from the moment the XRP... I guess XRP, the Ripple lawsuit was made public. Nick and myself, when that big pullback happened, we were buying. We were telling people that we think Ripple are going to win this, and we were sort of giving good, rational explanations as to why we believed this. And this is all really paid off for us. When it comes to our investments. So look, I've been pulling stuff up like this. Bankless are another one that I just can't stand. I think these people have made an awful lot of mistakes. I mean, even the likes of crypto banter, with Luna, FTT, and various other altcoins that they've been promoting that have gone to zero, or just have been a slow rug pull. I just think that there's lots and lots of individuals in this space that get an awful lot of airtime and lots of following, and to be honest, they've cost people an awful lot of money. It's just opinions at the end of the day. I'm not trying to just be an arsehole towards these people. I just don't understand sometimes, where people come from with their rationale as to why they have these opinions. Everybody's got opinions. It's great to air them. It's great to have conversation, between various different people that have different opinions. But sometimes, some of these are factless opinions, and they do frustrate me. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of that stuff. We got the Ripple effect. Crypto market soars $73.5 billion after judge ruling in XRP SEC case, which really should say Ripple lawsuit. Positive gains spread across the board as Ripple's partial win against the SEC uplifts the crypto market spirits. And this is a lot to do with the ruling that XRP is not a security, and selling on the secondary market isn't an act of selling securities, and so on. So really interesting stuff. And I have said, in the build up and the lead up to this announcement, that in essence, this is not just about XRP. This is going to be a victory that's felt across the entire altcoin spectrum. And for me, like, that has become very apparent that is exactly what has played out. Like, you look at some of the coins that were kind of listed under the SEC's lawsuit against some of these exchanges, the likes of Solana, the likes of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, the likes of Cardano, all rallied off the back of this, because in essence they're likely to not be classed as securities as well. So look, really positive news. I think it gives clarity not only for XRP but also other altcoins in the space. We've had conversations with people where they're like, go all into Bitcoin. You would have made a mistake doing that. You'd have missed out on some tremendous gains over the last few days. And this is why we think that it's really positive and a good way to have a more diverse portfolio, not just Bitcoin, not just Ethereum, but also some elements of risk in your portfolio. Risk sometimes is a really good thing, but you've got to, have good risk management. And you can find out more about risk management on 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦. Become a member, get access to our courses, risk management, Elliott Wave theory, smart money concepts, how to build a portfolio, and much more. Check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 for more information on all of that wonderful stuff. The crypto industry secures early victory in legal battle with regulators. A judge ruled that the sales of cryptocurrency XRP on the public exchange does not violate security laws. So really interesting stuff. But I do want to sort of get into, and this is the stuff that I think is really juicy. This is the stuff that you're probably not going to get from many other channels. Is real opinions on what we should be considering when it comes to investments and so forth. And look, I've said many times that I'm expecting, when the Fed pivot, a big crash to come, right? I think that residential properties are going to be struggling soon. I'll come on to that in a moment. We've had commercial properties, again, defaults already occurring around the world. We've seen cheap commercial properties being sold, commercial properties and legislation being changed so you can turn them into residential properties. Again, going to impact the residential markets. The landscape isn't that good, and I want to sort of come on to all of this sort of stuff, right? Because when I see headlines like this, and I see lots of influencers talking about we're in a bull market now, great. I just want to have people just be a little bit mindful that there is one really big risk to what everybody is, following when it comes to the narrative of now we're bullish and it's a bull market, right? Because the likes of BlackRock and various other entities, they're very good at manipulating markets. They're very positive right now, but why is that? And I think you've got to question everything. So look, seeing these articles, it's great, but let's just really start to delve in as to what's really going on. We got US CPI calculations to change for January inflation data. So I just want to go back in time a little bit, and just highlight the fact that, numbers are being manipulated right in front of our eyes. We've recently had we've got US inflation rate down to 3% in June, a 2-year low, but prices remain high. And prices remain high is a very key part of that headline. And I want to sort of delve into that, because they're not taking into consideration the cost of food. They're not taking into consideration the cost of energy, and these prices are going up, they're not coming down. So there's a lot of number manipulation going on, and obviously I've mentioned property being a very challenging market right now, and I think that that's what could potentially lead to an increased chance of a huge recession and a big crash in the market, a collapse of sorts. So, interest rates have topped 7%. The US housing crisis is pretty much over, according to this sort of stuff in the headlines. But I'm still not 100% sure that I align to this stuff. Inflation is still high. Well, when I say inflation, real inflation, not manipulated numbers, inflation. Interest rates for mortgages are super high. People are going to come off of fixed rates, and I think that's when the market's going to get hit. we're not too far away from that. Unemployment, again, credit card debt, all that sort of stuff. It's just not positive stuff. So look, I don't want to be like the person that, talks about the negative all the time. Like, I think there's only one way that we get lower lows now, and I think that is, a financial collapse of some sort. And I don't think that is off the table. Like, it's all about trying to look at the markets, not just crypto, but other markets. Look at the macro and look what's going on. And it is a moving target, right? I want to be really clear on this. Things change, because of, the moves that the Fed and various others make around the world, right? So it's a moving target. But what I would say is at the moment, the only way I see crypto seeing new lower lows is if, the Fed pivot and we see a financial collapse. Unless that happens, I think we're in a bull market. But, that caveat is still there for me because it's still realistic to say that we could have a financial collapse. So let's see how things go. I think that, the ETFs and all this stuff's all really, really positive. But if we look over the history of like big events where things have gone live, it's normally been the peak of a market. Back in 2017, we had something very similar, peak of the market. Big news coming out. I think it was futures. I could be wrong. But we then saw the big pull down, the big crash in the crypto market from 2017. We saw the same when it came to Coinbase shares. Again, we saw a big pullback straight after that. It could very well be the same when it comes to the ETFs. Could be a great way for whales, institutions, and so forth to potentially, use the additional liquidity to exit positions. And look, I think that we've talked about this several times, and Nick talks about his wallet data an awful lot. And it's really important that we do sort of touch on that, and we talk about the chances of that actually happening, right? And Bitcoin pulling down with the rest of the market. I think that there's real possibilities that this could happen. And I mean, people could be forgiven for thinking that it's not possible. But if we go have a look at the wallet data on the website, so you can check this out. It's on 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗚.io. If you're a member, you'll be able to get access to this, right? But we have Bitcoin here, right? So these are wallets over 10,000 or more, and you're seeing the wallets decrease, right? The price is going up, but it's decreasing, right? So we need to be aware of this stuff. If we look at 1,000, again, it's been decreasing. Now it's going like sideways, but still, the wallets have decreased from when you look at February 2021. If this was a really bullish market, I think we would likely be going the other way. I'm interested to get your views and opinions. Definitely check out our membership on membership.𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗚.io. Would love to have you as a member. Jump in the Discord, have more meaningful conversations with us. I just really wanted to put out a video, with all the euphoria going around in the crypto space, just to, put some fact-based information out there that, as much as I'm bullish, there's still that one caveat that I've got that I think, we could see new lower lows if we have a financial collapse. And that is the only way I think we get there now. And, we got to look at that as a real, potential, it's a possibility. It could happen. It's not off the table just yet. And, things line up. So we got to look at these things. We got to, be, in my opinion, keeping a bit of money on the side, because if you do dip into new lower lows, that's going to be a fantastic opportunity that you don't want to miss. I think that is a possibility, not a guarantee. But, if that doesn't happen, we're in the bull market. We're all good. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.